Good morning, this is Jennifer Burgess, Alderman Ward 1, and we are filming here at the Fort Bayou boat launch, and just going to do an update for Ward 1, talking about all the things that we've done, what's coming down the pipe, and what we're working towards. So last month marked 2 years into my term. This December will be the halfway point. And so far it's been very educational, it's been very interesting, challenging, but very rewarding. And I've told people before, apparently I'm just the right amount of crazy because I do love it. Been working towards meeting everybody. It's been great and very interesting. City of Ocean Springs residents, Ward 1 residents. I've met people in the legislature and other elected officials along the Mississippi coast and within the state of Mississippi. I've attended every Mississippi Municipal League conference, and what that does is that trains aldermen and elected officials and people that work within the city on various topics, and you get certification hours. And I've achieved my 60 hours, or I'm on the cusp of getting my 60 hours for my my basic certification, and then I'll be moving on to my advanced certification. That's another 40 hours. So that's been very interesting and, like I said, rewarding, getting to meet all the other elected officials within the state of Mississippi and learning a lot. My family and I have been attending all kinds of chamber events and city events, and it's just been great meeting everybody. So it's been keeping us busy, and speaking of busy, a lot has been accomplished in Ward 1. And so what we'll do is we'll start off with our location. The boat launch here in Fort Bayou Estates is actually one of 10 blueways. What's a blueway? It's a kayak path, a trail that you can follow, and this one starts at Fort Bayou Launch and goes all the way up past the shed and into Van Cleve. And so we're very proud to be a stop for tourists, and people come from all over the country. A lot has been accomplished in Ward 1. Most of it is infrastructure, which is kind of behind the scenes. It's not highly visible. It's not real sexy, but it is needed. Some of it was just fun, some of it cosmetic, but all of it mostly, highly needed. So starting here at the boat launch, when I came into office, the place that we're sitting right here, the fish cleaning station and the pavilion, had been vandalized. So there was paint and spray paint everywhere. Someone had set fire to the benches. We had a porta potty that was on the regular, either being set on fire or thrown into the water. Loose boards, loose cleats. So we were able to fix all of that. We repainted. The fish cleaning station is working. We cleared out all this brush behind me so that now you can easily access the cleaning station. Boards have been replaced, cleats have been tightened. It was repaved and repainted. And we have a lovely little enclosure for a porta potty now, so it won't end up in the drink. And so now families and residents can come in and take advantage of this area. Now what's coming down the pipe is we're looking at more landscaping. I'm working towards securing funds for surveillance cameras. We do have some surveillance in the area thanks to some residents, but we're going to get hopefully some out here. And I'm also working to secure funds for a kayak launch. So that's going to be fun. Fort Bayou Estates is the largest and one of the oldest subdivisions in Ocean Springs, so there's always a lot to be done. We have concentrated first and foremost on standing water issues. All of the standing water issues in Fort Bayou Estates have been resolved, with the exception of one intersection, which we are actually working on actively now. Blight houses, undeveloped lots. I've been working hand in hand with our code enforcement department to address these issues, and we had several coming in to this term that are now up for sale or have been sold and remodeled, and so that's been a great thing. We had, infrastructure issues like sinkholes, and we've addressed those, broken pipes. All of the cracked and damaged sidewalks have been repaired throughout Fort Bayou Estates. We've had some speeding issues that were addressed with a 4-way stop at Bristol and a 3-way stop on Nottingham. And according to the residents, this has significantly cut down on the speeders on those 2 roads. And then working hand in hand with Ocean Springs Police Department on patrols has done a great deal towards addressing the speeders. We all know who they are. They're people who live here, and they're usually the same culprits. But all in all, we need to be safe, and we need to be smart in our neighborhoods, and we need to be considerate. So we're working towards enforcing that. So next up is Monticello Woods, and Monticello Woods is a great little subdivision. If you've not visited, it's very family, lots of kids. It's a neat little subdivision. They're a close-knit community. I love visiting with residents there as well. And they've gotten fresh new entrances. We've repaired the fencing at both entrances. We've power washed. We've repainted, reinforced the signage, added some landscaping mulch. I've worked closely with code enforcement on some issues with blight houses or things that just weren't up to the community standard. And we've gotten those addressed. And we also had an issue with some vagrancy, and thanks to Ocean Springs Police Department, we were able to utilize their drones to go into certain areas to make sure that the area was safe and that there was nothing to be concerned about. So thank you to them for that. What's coming down the pipe for Monticello Woods is, again, the fresh landscaping that we're going to be doing at all the entrances through Ward 1. They've gotten decorative street signs, and they've gotten them all, so we're good there. We've also worked on the ditch between Monticello Woods and Fort Bayou Estates. We're still actively working on it because it's a bit of a bear, but Public Works is on it, spraying it and clearing it out, which was a much needed project. And thank you to those residents that take the initiative and keep that little portion of the back of the yard cut down. That is super helpful in the grand scheme of things. So Culleoka 1. Culleoka 1 is another great community. Lots of kids, lots of families. It's rather large, and it's had a lot of projects that we've worked on. Starting with the entrances, we repainted, we power washed, reinforced the signage that was dilapidated. We've addressed all of the code enforcement issues. We had a few of those. We have put a concrete swale in over at Chicopee Trace because it was a bad dip for anybody who was pulling a boat or towing anything. It was just a disaster. We've addressed sinkhole issues. We've addressed broken pipes, just basic infrastructure. We are working on dealing with some more infrastructure issues with water over on Sioux, and then again, setting the schedule for the ditches and the easements. The ditch between Culleoka and Monticello Woods was another big project, and Public Works has worked diligently on spraying it, and finally cutting it all back. We've got one small little section left, and thank you again to the residents who have worked hand in hand with us on that project and keeping it maintained from here on out. But again, it is going to be on a schedule where they're going to spray continuously to keep it cut back. What's coming down the pipe for Culleoka is the decorative street signs. We'll have all of those installed here in the next month or two, and that will be completed, and all of Ward 1 have the decorative street signs. The new entrances, the landscaping is coming down the pipe, and I'm also working to secure funding for sidewalks. The cost to install sidewalks in all of Culleoka that need it is going to be about $1.6 million. So that's something that I'm working towards securing those funds, and God willing, we'll be able to get those in a timely manner. Culleoka 2 is so quaint. It's literally 2 streets, Shoshone and Ute, but they're a very tight-knit community over there, and They don't require a whole lot, but they did get some. We power washed the entrance signs and the fencing and repaired that. We put new mulch landscaping in there. We've cleared out some of the drainage areas and put those on a schedule as well. What's coming down, they got their decorative street signs, and what's coming down the pipe for them is the new landscaping for the entrances as well as paving. Now, I have submitted my paving list, and I'm happy to email that to anyone that wants it. Just let me know. But those two streets are on the top of the list, along with some others throughout Culleoka and Fort Bayou Estates and Monticello Woods. So I'm happy to email that list if anybody wants to look at it. But my peeps in Culleoka too are definitely going to get Ute and Shoshone paved, and much needed at that. If you need anything, you can access my contact information on the city's website. Just click on my picture and you can either shoot me an email, or my cell phone number is on there. Give me a call. Questions, concerns, anything you need, I'm here for you. Thanks so much.